I believe that every brand should have a story, one that is not just a story, but one that they live and believe in. Because only when you believe in something, your customer will actually believe that. Yeah.
I think what you mentioned in the ring. That as I was saying, this is a masterpiece that she's actually made. It's so beautiful. So you know, now given the fact that you think differently, you think about jewelry more from a storytelling perspective. You think from times that you live in, and you create jewelry according to that. Has it given you some important opportunity to build collaborations? Because typically jewelers don't think like that. शादी की ज्वेलरी है, इस तरह की बनाएंगे, इतना इतना हेवी होगा, लाइट होगा, and all that. So it's a very different sort of discussion in jewelers and jewelry brands' own house. But you think very differently when it comes to jewelry design. So any kind of collaborations that you interestingly did with existing jewelry retailers, or even outside India, because of that?
I I have collaborated with one of India's largest jewelry chains, Tanishq. For 2 years, we actually did a whole collaboration of jewelry Farah Khan for Tanishq, where we actually co-branded. We had the Tanishq logo and the Farah Khan logo, and we created jewelry for 40 different stores in 23 cities of India. That was a huge success. I've also collaborated with Carrot Lane, and a very successful collaboration on that. As a designer and as a jewelry brand, we are available in Neiman Marcus in America. We're available in Dubai. We're available in 6 Indian cities. We're looking at more franchise partners all over India as well as the world, because I believe my jewelry has a universal language. For me, collaborations are important because it's a way of reaching out to more people who can, who love your product, who want your product. We've also collaborated with non-jewelry companies like Sternhagen, which is a German Indian brand that has, bathroom products like sinks and bidets and accessories. We've also collaborated with another Indian brand called Carousel for kitchen sinks and kitchen products. So we've collaborated with Magnum ice creams also. So I think as a designer, collaborations are important. It helps It helps us get more visibility. It also tells the brand story, and I'm always open to like-minded collaborations, which help each of the brands involved.
So tell us more about your stores as well. Particularly looking to franchise your stores now. So how what sort of core philosophy that you believe in are you putting into that stores, and what kind of partners are you looking for?
So I want to say that I love what I do. I live what I do. I don't love to design. I live to design. That's what I always introduce myself as. And I'm looking at franchisees in metro India, second tier cities, people who appreciate beautiful jewelry. I wouldn't say just branded jewelry. We are a brand, but people who appreciate jewelry, beautiful jewelry, people who appreciate the story of the jewelry, people who appreciate even pricing. Because as a brand, I think I come with a niche. We have the international designer jewelry brands. We have the retailer brands in India like Tanish, Malabar, Kalyan. We have the family jewelers, and I think I'm right in between the international jewelry brands and the retailer brands, because I offer designer jewelry at Indian pricing, and I think that's a win-win for the customer, because you're getting, gorgeous pieces of jewelry made to international standards, with a universal design language, with the brand experience, with the brand packaging, the brand messaging, and you're getting it at Indian prices, because I'm a homegrown Indian brand. So any brand that is homegrown is always cheaper in their country. Like Italian brands are more cheaper in Italy, or a brand like Zara is more cheaper in Spain versus the US, where there's a 91% increase in their prices. Yeah, exactly. So because of the duties, etc., and all of it. So I think in India, the franchises who we would like to associate, but should keep all of that in mind. That when you are collaborating with us and you are approaching us, you will be getting jewelry at international standards at Indian pricing. You know, and so I'm looking at opening at least 10 franchises within the next 1 year in India. Yeah.
And I think it's a fabulous opportunity because, you know, sometimes authenticity is so important, and she drools authenticity when she talks about her product, when she talks about her brand. I think that is really what makes a good franchise model at the end of the day. I know we're running out of time, but one last question to you is, you know, today we're living in an omni-channel world. Sometimes the product is discovered online, bought offline. So how do you create this integration of online and offline?
I think when you're a well known brand who's known for authenticity, trust, and you've built a reputation over the years, moving to the online channel is much easier because people have experienced your product, people have interacted with you, people have touched your product and felt it and have had great, experiences. And that's why, you know, today in India, 34% of the jewelers who sell online, offline jewelry are 34% of the jewelers are selling offline jewelry, but 31% of those brands are selling online jewelry. So, I mean, in the branded space, you have 31% selling online and you have 34% selling offline. But if you're a newcomer, you only have 2% selling online, you know, because people don't know you. So it's very important if you want to be in the online space to have offline representation as well as to be successful. Otherwise, it's going to take you a much longer time, you know. And it's important to be online because today the millennials are all the time on their phone. So you need to be where people are looking and spending all their time. And forget the millennials, I think all of us are always on our phone. So you need to be accessible where people are viewing their information from. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, Farha, I've already got a cue for the time, but thank you so much for talking to us. I think, um, having interacted with her and met her, I would strongly suggest that you please visit the booth. They have a booth right here at the exhibition and actually discover a little more about the franchise model and see if there is a synergy over there. Thank you so much, Farha.
Thank you,
Pleasure
Ritu.
talking
And
to
I
you.
just want to say, I believe in me. I believe in my product. And I think you should visit me at my booth, like she said, and see what we offer because you're not going to regret it. You're going to love it as much as I love it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Farha.
No, Farah, I think this happens to all the artists in the world. They live for what they do. They live for their art. So congratulations on that. And with this, we'd like to thank you for being here with us. We'd like to present you a memento, a gift, and flowers as a token of love and respect from us. I request Ms. Maria to please do the honors. Thank you once again. We can certainly hear it loud for Farah, everyone. Thank you. Please make yourself comfortable. I'll request my team to please place chairs on stage.